The number one secret you have to have if you want to get rich. There's one secret, there's one thing that you have to have in order to get rich. And if you don't have this one thing, you will never be able to get rich. It doesn't matter if you do everything else. If you lack this one mandatory thing, this one mandatory trait, you will never be able to get rich. Now, what is the one thing you need to get rich? Well, the one thing you need to get rich, the one secret you need to know in order to get wealthy is you have to have this. Let me demonstrate it in a story, and then I'll tell you straight out. So, a handful of years ago, I was a server at Houlihan's, and I hated the job. I mean, it sucked. I woke up, I had to go to work, I was running around, I was tired. In between shifts, I would sleep on the top floor. Like, that's what people would do. Other people would do that too. We'd go to the top floor where no one was at, and between 1 in the afternoon and 4 in the afternoon, because it was just, it wasn't really busy at the time. And me and the other servers would sleep there on the couches because it was hard work and we were tired. We'd work the morning shift and then we'd work the evening shift. It fucking sucked, right? It was a job. So I was like, all right, this fucking sucks. I got to get out of this, all right? This is not good. And I started reading, and it was around this time that I started reading all these books and listening to all these CDs and really immersing myself in the strategies and what I needed to know and to do and the person I needed to become in order to get rich. So one of the books I read talked about affirmations or incantations, and what you said, hey, look, this is what you want to do. Whatever it is that you want to state that thing out loud. And one of the things it said is that if you want to make a lot of money, you just want to say it. So I started saying, large lump sums of money flow into my life easily and effortlessly. I would be driving to work. Large lump sums of money flow into my life easily and effortlessly. Large lump sums of money flow into my life easily and effortlessly. I say it out loud because you're supposed to get some oomph to it. I say, large lump sums of money flow into my life easily and effortlessly, right? So I would say that, and as I'm saying it, I said, this is impossible. It's impossible to make lots of money easily and effortlessly. You want to know why it's impossible? Because I've never made large lump sums of money easily and effortlessly before. I don't know anyone that has. Everyone I know, they have a job, right? Now, some of their jobs pay a little bit more, but they got to go. They got to trade their time for money. So part of me didn't believe it, but a part of me was so fucking pissed off with the way my life was. I was like, this is what the book says. I'm going to have blind faith and just believe that it'll work because I want the end result that this promise is so bad. So, large lump sums of money flow in my life easily and effortlessly. I started saying that for months. And what happened was, the first business I had was a promotional business. And I got to the point where I was making more money in one night of partying, which is fun, by the way, than I was working a whole week at my job. So guess what happened? I kind of quit and got fired at the same time. They cut my hours down because I was always in a good mood because I'm making all this money now. I don't fucking need this job. And the managers, they didn't like me because I guess I was in a good mood, and they didn't like their job because most people fucking don't like their job because it's a fucking job, and jobs fucking suck. That's rule number 1. But what happened with that? I had blind faith that this was going to work for me. And it was hard. It's hard to do this because if you have a job or you've never made lots of money easily and effortlessly before, or you've never gotten rich, you don't have any reference points. You don't have any life experiences that you can latch onto in your mind that will allow you to start to believe that this belief is real. So what happens is, it's hard to have faith that it can happen to you. But you need to put all that aside and just have blind faith that it'll work for you. The number one secret you need in order to get rich is to believe that it'll happen to you. And you can believe that by looking for, there's actually a method you can use to do that. You can look for other people that have gotten rich from nothing. Right? That's one of, I'm more about going through a programs that teach you like strategies on tactics on what to do to get rich. But one of the things I used to do way back in the day when I didn't have that, when my belief wasn't that strong, is I would listen to all these stories and I would say, oh, look, there's this random guy that started off broke and he was worse off than me. This guy was living in this car and now he's a billionaire. Or like my buddy of mine, James, that makes $600 a day in profit, works 1 to 2 hours a week. When he got out of, it was like the military or the Navy, he got out of one of those places. And he ended up sleeping in his car, and then he ended up sleeping on his friend's couch. And now he's making $600 a day in profit. And what you can do is you can listen to all these stories so it starts to give you belief. And then another thing you can do is you can kind of do these, I was doing those affirmations or incantations to just start to brainwash myself that it could happen to me. The number one thing you need is to have faith and simply believe that it'll work for you. It might be hard to do that because you don't have any of those reference points. You don't have anything in your head that you can... There's no life experiences that you can turn to in your head and say, you know what? That's worked. Right? See, so like, let me give you an example. So now, you guys know I got a few different businesses running. And before, in my business, when I'd run into the problems, I'd get stressed out about it. I wouldn't know what to do. I thought I couldn't figure it out. Now when I run into problems with my business, because I've ran into so many problems and overcome them, it doesn't even faze me. I don't skip a beat. My emotions don't change at all. I have this internal belief that I've ingrained in myself that says, that basically when a problem comes up in my business, it says, Aaron, you've had so many problems in so many businesses. You've overcame all the problems. You'll do the same thing with this. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Let's put an action plan together right now to overcome the problem. And then I'll put an action plan together right now and I'll overcome the problem. Right now, I woke up, I had a problem in one of my businesses. I didn't sweat about it. I didn't get pissed off before, guys. I fucking get nervous. I fucking start sweating. I'm like, what the fuck's going to happen? My life's over. Don't have to worry about it. Because I've had so many actual personal experiences where I've been in that same situation and overcome it. If you've had a job your whole life, if you've been struggling with money your whole life, if you've been in a hard place for years or maybe even decades, it could be hard to believe that you, from right now, could change your life in an instant. Could 3, 6, 9, 12 months from now be making multiple times the money you're making now, working a lot less, working easier, having an automated business spitting out cash for you. You simply have to have that faith and believe that it'll happen. And once you do that, you will be amazed where you will be in the very near future. Because once you make a decision and you start taking the right actions, you will start to see results unbelievably quick. Just like someone that's been, me, I was consistently over like 5 years, slowly gaining weight. I made a decision to lose weight. I lost 40 pounds of fat in 2 months. Just like that. When you make a decision, your life will start to change very quickly. But make sure that you have faith, and then you make that decision, and of course you stick with it. My name is Aaron Goldsten. I'll see you on the next video.